Sulfur has a wide array of Steam achievements, ranging from funny ones to huge time investments that you're not sure if you even want to try to conquer. The homie David C6262 recently asked me if I could make a video on some of the harder Steam achievements, and that sounds like a lot of fun, so here we are. At one point, I actually started a Steam achievement video for Sulfur. I was going to cover them all, but then the quest update dropped, and that actually added more achievements, which made me halt all progress on that video. I wanted to mention that because before we get to 1.0 or even the day of 1.0, they may add more achievements that are more difficult than the ones I'm about to present to you. With this suggestion, we can do a video talking about achievements and not have to worry about it becoming outdated right away. Which for us YouTube creators with a fondness for early access titles, that happens more often than you think. You might be wondering why there's a health bar there. That's because you can actually kill them with enough time and ammo and patience and just being overall as stupid as me. If you're as dumb as me, you could definitely kill them. After going over all the achievements, I came up with about 15 that seem to be the hardest to get, whether they're confusing or just huge time investments, or maybe there's a strategy that people might not realize. If I didn't put one on here that you think should be on here, please make sure to put in the comment section if you're struggling with it or if you just want to shoot out some advice. Whatever it is, achievement-based comments are based, actually. It's just a good time to do that is this video. The troubles seem to start at around 20% of players, so it's all going to be underneath that, and our first one comes in at 19.8%. Everything about this achievement means nothing to anyone that hasn't played enough of the game to have seen weapon insurance. The title and the description are complete nonsense, but the picture is of the insurance. Apparently people have struggled to get their hands on weapon insurance, but if you find it, just throw it on a gun or a melee weapon and boom, you got the achievement. It is quite rare though, so RNG could make it take a while. Just make sure to check Stiffleg's inventory often. I'm actually kind of surprised to see this achievement at 12.4% because it was buggy for a long time. Now that it's fixed, the strategy behind getting it is pretty simple. Go to caves, kite goblins, the lower their health, the better. Sorry, baby gobbos. And actually, the later into caves will be easier as well because you start to see more enemies spawn in. Try to kite as many possible enemies as you can and then throw a grenade at them when they're all globbed up. Maybe find a small room. Don't be afraid to die. It's all for achievement hunting, which is a purpose greater than you ever realized. But if you use a lot of grenades, you might actually just get this achievement on accident. I don't use grenades often because they're kind of booty cheeks in my opinion. None of them are really worth carrying around when I have an explosive flicker on me or something. At 9.6%, it's another buggy achievement. Beating an area with a default gun and default sword sounds like a lot of work, and it can be if you want to make it hard on yourself. Your first instinct would be to try caves, but I wouldn't even bother with that because I've read and heard from people that it hasn't been working for them. It won't pop from caves, but it should work through hedge maze. Obviously, I only have one copy of the game, so I can't retest this achievement. And if my IRL RNG is high enough, I might actually have footage of me getting this achievement, but I distinctly remember trying it in hedge maze and getting it to work the first time. If anyone hasn't gotten this achievement and they do it through hedge maze, please put in the comments to confirm it for all of us. All you gotta do is enter with a filled up amulet. You can even use Grave Digger, which is actually an easier achievement, but we're not here for that baby stuff. Then run through hedge maze with only your default sword and dirk in your inventory, alongside food if you'd like. Your armor shouldn't have any impact on it as well, so maybe run something fast. Once you get through to dungeon or castle, teleport back to church and you should be golden. Sewers is an alternative choice as there's no boss, so munching down some power bars and blasting through should work there as well. Always remember that food isn't a weapon, even if mayonnaise is an instrument. 5.3% seems really weird. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of people love mud cakes. And that seems to happen with a lot of games, because every game worth its weight in salt lets you make cake of some kind.
You guys are being shady.
Yeah, we're being hella shady because we're undercover.
Hey, who's there?
Anyways, chocolate bar, butter, egg, and flour. There's your mud cake. There's also these alternative recipes, lots of which feature goods you can get from Mr. Chef Grossberg. Stiffleg also slings milk from time to time. 94.9% of Sulfies are so cracked that they never even botch grenade plays. Nice. But if you're chasing that 100% Steam achievement completion, you can do this one however you'd like. Get creative. I don't give a shit. If you play Sulfur for even an hour, you see how important RNG is to the success of your run. And at some point during your playthrough, you might come across a crypt key. At least 4.4% of us have. Hold on to it until you reach an area called Desert. By the way, spoilers going forward. I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning, and actually I am sure I did not say that, but spoilers, guys. Come on, it's an achievements video. I'm showing you the hardest ones. It's not all gonna happen in the starting area. I'm yelling at you, but I should really be yelling at me because I don't even know if I need to say the spoilers. It comes with the territory. Once you're going through Desert, look around for an open crypt. The ones that are blocked off cannot become unblocked, so it has to have an entryway. Walk down there, trade in your crypt key, talk to a rock, and then beat a challenge. There's multiple challenges and they can all be pretty difficult, so make sure to come prepared and possibly even sweat a bit. 4.3%? You guys really are my goats. Unfortunately, goats cannot fly. Go check for yourself. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, that was back with the Mudcake achievement. This one is going to be a huge time investment. That's why we're all the way down at 3.2%. Basically, you're going to have to bust out your favorite loot guns and go to town, or sewers, or probably Endless is your best bet, as you can roll cards for more treasure to sell. Plus, enemies tend to drop higher rarity loot as you go further along. Just make sure to be careful with your bankroll and keep most of it in the universal pink chest. That's not just for part of your hoarding collection. Money and ammo go in there as well, pal. Oh no! More time investment! At least for the 3% of us, and I want to see this number go up, guys. These are rookie numbers. Sorry for you achievement completionist hunters, but you got your work cut out for you. You might just get this one naturally over time, but Endless is the obvious choice to grind it out if you want to force it. Just keep climbing stages and waves until you hear that satisfying ding. Maybe even try to pair it with an upcoming achievement we're going to talk about, which might have you pretty shaken. I find it hard to believe that 97.2% of Sulfies haven't rizzed up the goblins and caves yet. There's multiple ways to charm enemies in Sulfur. There's a scroll for it, and even a love jar. I don't need to hear how you normally make your jar of love, but in Sulfur you just need to combine one heart with one paper or one metal scrap at a cooking station. Then hurl the forbidden custard at a goblin in caves. That would be the quickest way to get this done. We are reaching the depths of the unemployed. Those that have not seen sunlight have tested these achievements just for you. Unfortunately, I just said that, and that means I'm one of those freak Wendigo punks. At 1.5%, I don't have to tell you that this is a brutal achievement, and I wouldn't blame anyone for avoiding it. To put it simply, every time you die, the church collection reimburses you 10% of the value from your inventory when you passed on. So your best bet is to get the Millionaire achievement, pull out 666,000 Sulf coins, and get rocked. I would round up to 675,000, but that's just me and my weird brain. Can't take no risks. You didn't hear it from me, but you could also save scum if you really don't want to deal with this goofy-ass achievement. But that's between you and the baby Jesus, or even baby goblins, whoever you choose to pray to. 1.1% means most people don't really even know that this is an achievement. You could do this the hard way, or you could do it the stupidly easy way. Why would I present the hard way of doing it? That'd be ridiculous. That would be a terrible YouTube video. Loot until you find the oxygen tank trinket, which will give you 1 million seconds of air underwater. Then you just enter sewers and dive into the water near where you spawn. There shouldn't be any enemies there. You could just hang out down there for 3 minutes. I didn't know this until right now, but I guess I confused 99.4% of Sulfies when I said in the last video, the special attributes video, when I said I didn't want to spoil the whole driving a car in Sulfur thing. I mean, it's a pretty big moment in the game. Be a good pedestrian and bring your ID with you when you're fighting the final boss. That way you can get this little meme achievement when you hit the road. You can bring it with you when you go into desert, but you can't teleport out of the final boss area, so just make sure to have it with you in desert or beat the boss and then beat her again. It's your choice. Do the Mind Archeologist achievement 10 times. Do it. Alright, 97.7% of you, go do that right now. I bet you didn't see another massive time investment on this list, but here it is. And only 0.3% of Sulfies have gotten it. Your best bet is grinding out bannies from Arthur's Stamp Shop and running stage 1 of Endless over and over. If you're confident in your abilities, you can use the double melee XP perk to do this as quickly as possible. To my recollection, it does not need to be done in one run, so just keep looping stage 1 until you get it. And here's the final boss of Steam Sulfur achievements, maybe even like a mini boss when it comes to Steam achievements in general. This is a pretty big ask from Perfect Random. So much so that only 0.1% of Sulfies have actually achieved it. If we want to stick in the percentage talk, I'm not gonna lie to you, about 75% of Cult Leader boils down to getting good. 20 stages is going to take multiple hours, even with the best gear possible. So be prepared to leave your PC running while you get shit done, or take a day to become a computer goblin and grind this shit out. You want to bring in as much food, money, and ammo as you possibly can. Prioritize double damage, XP increase, health increase, and especially Ralphie, because infinite durability got insta-nerfed only a couple weeks after we got Endless, so it's dead to me and I cannot recommend it. I'm not even afraid to banish it now. How much of a fall from grace is that? Carry 5 to 6 of your best guns on you and spread out repair kits and food throughout all of your chests in case you spawn them in. Oh, and bring in 5 to 6 defibs because accidents happen and sometimes you need a little jump. If you're looking for any gun build ideas or even general Sulfur tips and tricks, check out any of my many Sulfur videos for help or inspiration. There's also the comment section of this video and the Discord, the TMU. You can ask people there for additional help too. They're all delightful. Heck, even some of them are so kind that they decided to become YouTube members of my channel, the Homie Don. Can you believe that? These guys are awesome. They choose to give some extra support to my family and I every month, and they don't have to do that, but they do it anyways. And it makes me feel real good. It makes me want to do more videos like this and even some other videos. If you got requests, obviously I've proven with this one here that I take requests. Thank you, members, and also anyone who watched the entire video. You're great people. I just know it.